Are you considering if it's possible to scale and build a successful business while still studying? If you're new to the channel, my name is James Eardley. I've built and scaled a 7-figure e-commerce business, which has enabled me time and location freedom. And with these videos, I want to teach you how to achieve the same success. So we'll start off by talking about why I think it's more than possible. And in fact, it's probable if you have the right attitude. Because in today's day and age, we have so much access to information, and we also have so much access to the tools we need to create successful businesses. Never before has it been so easy to have all of the tools you need and have all the information to learn what you need to do with those tools in order to get rich and create a successful business. Now, how it used to be, you'd have to go to libraries or learn from people. You'd have to be around people in person that already built the type of businesses you need to build. Now, there's so much content out there that you can learn consistently, whether that's through podcasts, YouTube videos, or however you learn best. You can learn exactly the steps that you need to take. Now, even more than that, I believe now it's not an information issue that it used to be to build a business. It's now a lack of willing or a lack of effort that would stop you. But that is fantastic, because that means that you have all of the power in yourself to create the life you want to live. And if you want to live a life of freedom, which is what we're all about on this channel, then I believe now it's up to you instead of anyone else. Whereas before, there would be other external factors that were at play that could impact whether you can achieve that freedom, like being around the right resources, learning the right things. Now it's all in you, and it's about the willing and effort to get yourself in the right rooms in terms of online or in person and learn the right lessons and take action on those lessons. The key piece here for you, if you are studying, is that you'll have less time. So the importance of these tools and information that you have access to is that you can get access to them quickly at the click of a fingers, and you don't need to wait. Because, and I was in a similar position when I was in a 9-to-5 job, when I started scaling my business, the biggest single factor that was going to hold me back from growing a business was time, and how much time we can put into it. So those tools and those information, if used correctly, will reduce the amount of time you need to spend each day, and you can still build an incredibly successful business. So the specific tools that we're talking about that make your life so much easier to start a business alongside studying is AI tools, as well as the other e-commerce platforms that we have access to now. So ChatGPT can be your best friend, and it should be viewed as your best friend because it's an enabler and a time enhancer. It means that you don't have to spend the time that you would usually take before AI to create a copy for your website, to learn about certain subjects. You can do it all now with the help of AI. For the e-commerce business that I run, which is a dropshipping business, the biggest tool that helps me to run a business and enable me to scale quickly around a 9-to-5 job was Shopify. And today it is democratized and available to everyone. If you want to build a successful business, you can start Shopify now for £1 for the first month, which means that essentially everyone can get their hands on this tool. Now, this tool, like Shopify, 20 years ago would be reserved for the multi-million and multi-billion pound companies. That's how powerful this tool is. It gives you access to creating a very professional looking website for customers to find you. And it gives you the access to keep their customer details, keep their order details, take payments, send customer notifications, all built into this tool. Previously, that would be unmanageable, or it would take an incredible amount of time to be able to have the setup and the process. And also you need people to help you out with it. Now, just one person in a room, perhaps in a union accommodation, can set up their own website and have an asset that will take money in for them from customers that want to buy the products that they're looking for. So why would I recommend dropshipping as a first business model for you to start alongside studying? Well, simply, there's 2 big reasons. It's low capital investment, because you don't have to invest in significant amount of stock. And especially if we're studying or young, we don't have that large capital investment to put into a business. And so we can get started with a very, very low fee compared to starting other businesses. And secondly, it gives you the freedom to build a successful, scalable business with just a laptop and a Wi-Fi connection. So if you're watching this and you have a laptop and Wi-Fi, then you have the access and you have all of the tools at your fingertips to build a successful dropshipping business. Now, all you need to do, you don't have to have a massive capital investment either. You just need to allocate a couple of hours every day for at least the first 6 weeks in order to create this asset. Now, I never said it would be easy, and I never said it would be no time at all to create. With a business, the way it works is that there is an initial hard upfront investment. And it's most difficult for a business when you're first getting started. Now, that's completely different to a 9-to-5 job, or even like studying when you go through the school system. When you go through the school system, it starts easy and it gets harder over time. And that's the same with a 9-to-5 job. It starts easy, you don't have too many tasks from your manager, and over time it gets more difficult because you're given more responsibility and you're given more tasks as people realize that you're the type of person to give tasks to. But with a business, that's all flipped on its head. It's harder at the very start because you have to build up the momentum, and then it gets easier over time. Imagine a business like pushing a car with your bare hands, and you're stood behind the car and you have to get up all that momentum initially to get that car moving. But once it's moving, you don't need to provide anywhere near the same amount of effort to keep that car moving. And it's the same in business. So just remember that when it's hard and you've got to sacrifice time, when you've got to put effort in at the end of the day after studying, or at the start of the day, or on the weekends, just know that you're building an asset that will eventually become easier for you to run and pay you more money over time. If you are willing to put in that effort and find a couple of hours a day for the next 6 weeks to start building and scaling an e-commerce business, I'll tell you why it's worth it. Because at the end of 6 weeks, you can have an asset that's built, that is a website online with suppliers signed that can send products directly to customers, and you can have a marketing campaign set up that is bringing in traffic to your site and generating sales for your business. Now, at that point, you have a business that while you then go to lectures, or you're in college, you go to lessons, you can have sales coming in on your phone and the notifications making you aware that you've made money while you've done all of the work up front. When you've got that work done up front, it becomes like a machine that will pay you no matter what you do. Now, from my own journey, I started a business alongside a 9-to-5 job. And I remember my first sale was while I was at work at my 9-to-5 job, because I was still having to go to work until the business was paying me enough money to leave. So I was out in my job, I was out in my car, and my job, I used to work for a housing association. So I used to go into people's houses and check what repairs they needed doing and what refurbishments they needed. And while I was in someone's house, I left my phone in the car. And when I got back to my car, I checked my phone, and there it was, the Shopify notification to tell me that I had generated a sale while I was at work. And it was about over £1,000. I believe it was £1,100, that first sale notification. So the profit from that sale was £300. And I'd made that while I was doing nothing to do with that business because I was at my other job. But I could have been anywhere. The point is that I wasn't doing anything on the job at the time. So in your case, if you're studying, you can be in a lesson or you can be out with friends. But after you've put that heavy upfront work in, at that point, you have an asset that will start generating money for you no matter where you are. And then when you start generating those sales, you can scale from that position. You can optimize your business to increase the amount of sales you get. And that's when it really becomes a machine. And if you are studying, you can set yourself a goal based around your academic year. And if you know you have an academic year at, starting or ending in June, and it starts again in September, start looking at your timeline of when you're watching this video today and think, when would I like to be free of the requirements of going through this course? If you want to be a business owner and you want to be time, location, and financially free because of the income that your business generates, when would you like to see that come into fruition? Start putting dates in mind and get really clear on why you want that to happen. And don't just give a surface level answer like you want to be rich or I want to get a nice car. Think about, why is that so important to you? What difference does that make to your life for the long term? What difference does that make for your family? What difference does it make to your lifestyle? Get really clear on how having a successful business would change your life. And that will give you the fuel that you need to put in the effort alongside studying and able to put together an e-commerce business. Let me know in the comments when you have your goals in mind and what dates you'd like to see progress from your e-commerce business. With a deadline in mind, you have the fuel you need, and then it's all about getting around the right people that are going to teach you. And there are communities, lots of communities out there where people are building successful businesses, and you can get around these people to learn from others, share your goals, and really get yourself to where you want to be. Now, the key thing that I want to leave you with in this video today is that it's all going to be about time management for you if you're studying. You need to think about how can you still continue with your studying and then find time every day to build an e-commerce business. Now, I suggest that you carve out at least 2 hours per day to really give this your all and really to be able to build a successful business. Think about when you would be able to do that. Is that before you start studying? If you get up at 5 a.m. or get up at 5:30, you can do 2 hours before 7:30 in the morning if you're more of a morning person. Or perhaps you're more of an evening person and you come alive at night, and if you were to put some schedules in place and you set in front of your laptop, you can get some good work done between perhaps 7 o'clock and 9 p.m. at night. Think about what works for you, but carve out a schedule and then commit to that, because you're committing to your future. And then when you get that time, it's important that you have no distractions, because you need to get into a mindset of deep work when you do that work. So how I do it, I've turned on the do not disturb on my phone. I put my phone where I can't see it. I will write in my planner, which is down here, what is it, the tasks I need to do. And I don't stop when the time is up. I stop when I've got the task done that I said I was going to do. So allocate at least one task that you know is absolutely critical for your progress that day, and don't stop until you do that work. Make sure there's no distractions. Only have a minimal amount of tabs open on your laptop. Don't clear your desk. Make sure you're not being distracted. Phone away. No papers out in front of you, and just be single focus on the most important task for every day. Now, that is going to be the key. It's going to be time management. It's going to be staying committed, thinking about your vision, and really just finding time every day to build a successful business. But as I said at the start of the video, you have an amazing opportunity at your fingertips. And if you have a strong vision, if you have a strong routine and you're committed, and over the course of 6 weeks, whenever you put that deadline in place, you can have a successful business in place. So that's that for today's video. I hope you've enjoyed the video today. If you are struggling to build a successful business alongside studying or alongside a 9-to-5 job, then check out the first link in the description. Don't worry, it's not a paid course. I'm not trying to sell you anything. All it is the gateway to our Freedom Builders community, which is a free community where we're bringing people together who are ambitious and want to live a life of freedom from time, being told what to do, location being told where to be, and finances being told what to do, because having financial freedom is ultimately freedom in today's day and age. If you feel it's right for you, check it out. If not, feel free to ignore it. If you enjoyed the video today, give it a like, because it helps me to know if you enjoy this video. Leave a comment so that I can see what your plans are and whether you plan to build your business now. And subscribe, because it makes a huge difference to the channel and it will make my day. So subscribe if you enjoyed it. With that said, I hope you have enjoyed the video today. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will catch you in the next video.